another edition of the AK Option Trader with some stock market analysis for the week. I guess it'll be starting 5/26, a short 4-day trading week. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to all the military guys out there. Hey guys, thank you so much. I am saluting you. Keep up the great work. Thank you for all you've done. You know, we really appreciate you guys. All right, so let's jump into it. Let's start with the VIX. There's a shocker. I'm kind of scanning out here to start with. We're gonna be looking at a 5-year time frame. You know, just to get a little bit bigger picture as to what's going on and why I'm still so bearish. People keep asking me, what am I thinking? Why am I so bearish sometimes? And other than some fundamental rules with the Treasury and bonds, which I'm not going to get into, a lot of reason. There's a lot of reason. There's not a lot of good news. There's not a lot of good stuff happening. If people tell you are, they're lying to you or they're misinformed. Anyway, so here's the VIX. You can see we've been in this trading range down here. You can see these red lines are all key areas. This red square has been a key area. I actually moved it up a little today. It actually stopped right on my top of my red square. I moved it up a little bit because I think this area is going to come in play now. What you can see here is we're going to, I think this trend line did not offer a lot of support on the way down, but now that we're back above it, it may offer support, and it may be the key to busting us out up here. I don't know if it will or not, but I put it in there anyway. At the very least, I could see us coming up and hitting this downtrend line before dropping again if we do in fact drop. But I think it's going to take a little bit of momentum to bust out of this red square now that we're in it like we did here with pretty strong moves. So the VIX is back above 30. Big news, oh, VIX is under 30, VIX is under 30, fears going away. Yeah, it just moved, bounced down, and jacked right back up there. So even if it's not, even if it's in this range here, down all the way down to the 1750 area, moving around. When it's moving up, it shows more action. When it's moving down, it shows less. So that's how we use it. So, all right. So let's move on to the NASDAQ. Okay, so 5-year chart, right? All this doesn't help us right here, but what we want to know is this area right in here. Okay, you can see I started there was a downtrend line right here, which has not come into play yet, and it won't until we get much higher. So the next one is here. Well, we happen to hit this one here, right here on May, what date was May 7th, okay? And then we happen to hit it a couple more times. So it's turning out to be quite the trend line. It is offering a lot of resistance. And then I have this uptrend line with this anomaly beneath it. This uptrend line here based off of this and this gap, and based off of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever days here, the last 10 days, 7, 8 days. You can see a lot of black candles and a pretty strong level. If I zoomed in right here, look at this. 1680 is being strong, but it's being tested with a lot of top wicks. I could see a breakage of this every day. It's getting closer and closer, not going as high. I'd be watching for that maybe to break down. Just looking at this, looks bearish. We may play around for a few days. If we do stay beneath this uptrend line and then use this as support, we break down beneath this, I think we're hold on. But I think we're not going to break down until we get to maybe the first week, June, second week of June. I think we're going to play around with some low volume before things start turning bearish on that. It's just my opinion. Take it for what you want. So anyway, same thing here. Here's the Dow. Same thing, big downtrend line. Notice the 200 moving average is coming into play down here. Did we reach it? No, we're mostly range bound right now. We're range bound in here, playing up in this area here. All right. What I could see happening, maybe do this 3 or 4 more times, and then guess what? This down line comes into play. Guess what? The 200 moving average comes into play. We've got technical reasons to drop. If this happens, if we hang out in here to say this date, again, June 15th area, this 200 should be down here. This trend line is going to come into play. I think that would be a good area that we could potentially see a drop in the Dow. Okay? So, which would coincide with a summertime, thin summertime trading zone and for low volume. All right? So, S&P, same thing. Here it is here. But you can see that the trend line is actually above the 200 moving average. The 200 moving average is actually dropping right down pretty good. We never did reach this area of resistance. We peaked, turned before it. Then I also noticed, and I threw in here, which you can see right here, is threw in a new down channel. Okay, so we were trading in this up channel for a while. Pretty darn good. Now we've broken out of it. And guess what? If we come into here, I hate when those tabs come up when you don't want them, but if you come into this area here, you can see we've kind of built our own down channel. Now what's going to happen from here? Well, it looks like it should go down, but it could bounce off this fib line support here, then break down. I don't know, but let's watch and see if this channel holds. If this forms, it's going to give us a clue. I could see us kind of maybe going sideways a little bit and then breaking down again. This one looks more bearish. Looks like it has more reasons to go down than the other two. But, you know, this channel may not hold. It may come out here and we may have to redraw it. It may be a different channel. So just keep an eye on it. And there's one more I want to show you of the indicators that I've been looking at. This is the Russell 2000. Same thing. Here's 5-year. You can see great up move. Woo! Great times. And then we got this line right here. This 514, 515 we'll call it. Very important line. Very important line. So this would be your rounding top, bottom. This would be a whole bunch of stuff. So but if we zoom into it, you can see I've been looking at this chart pretty strongly. A lot of support, a lot of resistance. I look at this every once in a while. Look for breakouts. And here's the pass coming down, coming up. Pretty strong breakout. Big candle coming through. Boom, boom, boom. Down, up. So any big move, and I should have shown you back when I had the other charts, almost any big move, down or up, is going to have a big candle like this to kick it off. Okay, this is going to be what we're going to see. So before this move came, we had a big candle up there. Before we moved up, we had a decent one here, then we had a big candle, some small ones, and we took on off. Now we had a big down one in there, but it kicked off with a big one. Almost any time. I mean, look at this. Nice big candle coming down. Nice big candle. Any big move, it seems like, going up, big candle, is preceded by a big candle. This could have been it right here, but it didn't hold. Okay, so we're looking for another one. So same thing. We're in a wedge here. You can see this moving around, maybe playing around to June 8th, 10th, something like that. Maybe busting through this one day. Boom. If we see a big candle busting through this downtrend line and busting even through this fib here, which is a strong fib, if you can see how it's lined up here, I would say hold your horses. I think we're in for a big move down. Okay, and we may come down and bounce around sideways and then keep on going now. But I've been calling for quite a while on the blog. A couple weeks ago I was saying I figured you know, I figured we'd be looking at the first, maybe second week of June for a big sell-off. And it still looks that way to me, okay? Now, looking at this, you can see you possibly have an inverse head and shoulder setting up here if this holds and comes back up, which means this will offer a lot of resistance. So if it breaks back out to the upside, then we're going to have to turn bullish. But this would be here, here, and here. But this is one I keep an eye on. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it could. I think it's going to be more of a double top scenario right here, and then we're going to see a drop down to the 340 area eventually. All right? So those are the indicators. We're going to stay long or at wide angle here. I'm going to throw up some charts. I've talked about many of these already several times. This one here, this is my friends is Epic. Let's put this on a, just to make it a little bit more obvious for you here. All right, this is on a monthly. This is Epic. This is one I've been bearish on for a while. I've been calling for a lot of short plays on it. Reason, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So you can see it even on a daily. You can see it if I zoom in on it. So long term, we're going to be looking for a breakdown on this thing. Okay, so this is Epic. This is one I've been playing short. It looks short on the daily right here. You got a big gap to fill. You got a long tail, and you saw on the long term. All right, 5-year. You got a left shoulder, head, and this is to be all part of the head right here, and right shoulder. So anyway, look for this to break down. That way, VRTX is the next one. All right, this is just in a nice simple wedge. Here's a 5-year weekly. You can see it. If you go to the daily, you can see it even better. So you got a double wedge actually here. This line comes up out here, and it can go either angle here. You can play either one of these. So it might use this one. It might use this one. If it breaks out to the upside, don't be shocked there. Hold on, got a phone call. All right, sorry about that. That was Mrs. AK Option Trader. She wanted a ice cold, sugar-free white Americano. Anyway, so here we go. We're in a wedge, looking for a breakout either way. You got resistance at either side there. So, all right, for the next few charts, we're going to go ahead and go down to the 1 year, and I'm going to put on some studies here. All right, so let's look at Winna, one of my favorites. Winna, chicken dinner, made some money over the year. Winner's in an uptrend. We got a nice uptrend line offering support. It could bounce up here, hit the 200, and then we got a range bound. I like it because it's easy play. If it breaks beneath this, I'll be waiting for it to retrace it again, then I'm going to be shorting it. If it holds and starts moving up, I'm going to play it long. That's why I like it. Pretty simple. All right, this is VRX. I like this because it's a bearish engulfing candle near the top, near doji, with followed by a bearish engulfing. I think we're going to see some sell-off in this thing. I think we're going to see it coming down to the 17 range at least. So that's VRM.